A man was sitting alone on a park bench, feeling the weight of the world pressing down on him. As he stared blankly at the ground, an evangelist woman walked by, noticing his sorrowful demeanor. She approached him gently, offering a comforting presence and a promise of hope. "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest," she encouraged, quoting Matthew 11:28. With her kind words resonating in his heart, the man's frown began to fade, replaced by a glimmer of happiness as he found renewed strength and purpose. As the woman continued to speak, the man's heart began to stir with a sense of hope. The world around him seemed to transform. Vibrant flowers bloomed nearby, and he could hear the joyful chirping of birds. With each word that the woman shared about faith and salvation, he felt the burdens of his heart begin to lift. A close-up of her face showed her unwavering passion, her eyes shining with a love that was contagious. Inspired, the man found himself drawn to the message of grace and forgiveness she offered. The man felt a new energy coursing through him, and as their conversation deepened, the woman offered him a small card with the address of her church. She smiled warmly, encouraging him to join the community that could uplift his spirits. With the sun beginning to set, painting the sky in shades of gold and orange, they stood together in that moment, a bond forming between them. The park around them buzzed with activity, families enjoying the evening laughter filling the air, symbolizing the hope and sense of belonging he was starting to rediscover. With the small card clutched tightly in his hand, the man stepped through the doors of the church, and an overwhelming wave of warmth enveloped him. The interior was aglow with soft lights, and laughter people chatting amiably, their smiles contagious. As he entered, he breathed in deeply, feeling a surge of hope and belonging wash over him. In one corner, a group of diverse church members huddled together, sharing stories and laughter, embodying the sense of community he had longed for. Each face was welcoming, making him realize that maybe, just maybe, he had found a place where he truly fit in. Seated quietly in a pew, the man closed his eyes, allowing the pastor's resonant voice to wash over him, filled with hope and inspiration. Each word seemed to pierce through the noise of his past, stirring something deep within him. Around him, the congregation responded with nods of agreement, creating an atmosphere charged with faith and unity. After the service, he found himself surrounded by friendly faces. Fellow members eagerly extended their hands to greet him, sharing inviting smiles and warm words. It felt like he had stepped into a new chapter of his life, where encouragement was abundant and opportunities awaited him. In a moment that felt surreal, the man found himself sitting in an interview room, dressed sharply in a suit that felt like armor against his past insecurities. He extended his hand confidently toward the interviewer, who was seated behind a polished desk, eyes widening with interest as they exchanged pleasantries. Time seemed to stand still as the conversation unfolded, revealing the man's newfound confidence and passion for life. Just days later, while basking in the warm glow of morning sunlight streaming through his window, he received a phone call that would change everything. The voice on the other end offered him the job, igniting a feeling of pure joy that illuminated his face with disbelief and gratitude. With his new job providing stability, the man turned his focus to giving back, stepping into the vibrant environment of a local food bank. Clad in a humble apron, as time went on, the man sought deeper connections, joining a community prayer circle at a local park. Surrounded by a diverse group of compassionate souls, they formed a circle, each person holding hands, while their hearts aligned in a shared quest for guidance and peace. The air was thick with emotion and hope as they closed their eyes, allowing the fervent prayers to weave their spirits together. When the prayer ended, he opened his eyes to a world that seemed brighter. The sun streamed through the tree branches above, illuminating his face with newfound inspiration and a deep sense of belonging. In a bold step toward sharing his journey, the man found himself at a community event, standing tall behind a podium. With the microphone in hand, he began to share his story of faith and resilience, each word echoing with conviction and sincerity, captivating the audience before him. As he spoke, he could see their expressions shift, eyes wide with admiration, some nodding along others, leaning forward, eager to absorb every ounce of his message. This moment felt like a culmination of all his experiences, binding him to the community that had supported him, inspiring others to believe in their potential for change.